Hello and welcome to Tic Talk Kato episode 7. Today I'd like to talk about how you can lose 10 pounds in just 2 weeks. But first I'd like to give you a quick summary of how I put on the 10 pounds that I would eventually lose. So first, just 1 day of cardio. Second, I lowered the intensity of my workouts, which means just longer rest in between sets. Third, no calorie counting. And lastly, I lifted heavy weights. Low amount of reps, 3 to 5, 6 to 8, even 1 to 3. Now I'd like to quickly summarize how I lost the 10 pounds. Then I'll break each element down into some detail. Okay, so first I downloaded the MyFitnessPal app. Then I locked in my macros. I followed that up with a calorie count goal that I knew I was able to stay under. I began an intermittent fast. I upped the intensity of my workouts. I started doing 3 days of cardio instead of my usual 1. I had 3 cups of green tea instead of my usual 1. I did 5 days of the steam room in a 2-week period. And then I finished it off with some hot yoga and sweat to death. Now let's get into some detail. And I think first we should start with the intermittent fast because it's the most complicated thing on my list. So, what is the intermittent fast? It is a 16-hour fast that starts at the end of your last meal. So that means you sleep for 8 hours and then you fast for 8 hours. In this fast, you are allowed coffee, tea, water, diet sodas, basically no calorie drinks. And yes, I know coffee has a couple calories in it, but you are allowed coffee. After about 8 hours, your body goes into what we call the fasting state. In this fasting state, first you burn carbs, then you burn fat, and then you burn protein. Good thing is you don't start burning protein for about 2 to 3 days. Protein is what your body uses to build muscle. So we want to hold on to that. We want to burn that fat. We want to burn those carbs. Remember, this is a lean muscle building fasting program. I think the funnest thing about this fast for me is that when your body gets used to it, I'm not under the pressure to make breakfast anymore, which means I'm saving 45 minutes each day. I'm waking up, having a cup of coffee or tea, a big glass of water, usually 2 big glasses of water, and I'm out the door. The key to this fast is to control your calories along with doing the fast. What I mean is after the 16 hours is over, when your 16 hours is done, we're not binge eating. We're still eating like a grown-up and understanding what we're putting into our body. Understanding what we're putting into our body. That's what I mean by locking in your macros. That's what I need the MyFitnessPal app for, to help me keep track of this whole calorie counting situation. For instance, I'm on a 2,000 calorie per day limit. It's 45% protein, 30% fat, 25% carbohydrates, and I alternate between 30 and 25 on the fat and the carbs. Carbs should dominate on the days that you go to the gym. Fat should dominate on the days that you don't. Now let's talk about working out a little bit and my style of working out. My style of working out, and what I mean by upping the intensity of your workout, is no sitting still. So if I have a chest day, that means that I'm doing a chest workout like bench press and I follow it up immediately with some leg lifts. Let's say I'm performing pull-ups and I'm pulling up, and after I'm done pulling up, I just hang there and start bringing the knees to the chest. Always abs in between. Always sweating through my workouts and I love it. So it's chest, abs, arms, abs, back, abs, legs, abs. Every day I'm in the gym, it's whatever muscle group I'm working on and abs in between. Very minimal rest. Sometimes you gotta rest. It happens. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but for the most part, 90% of the time, it's a active recovery, no stopping, no sitting, sweaty chest day. The point is, when I'm in the gym, no matter what type of lift I'm doing abs in between. And when I put on the 10 to 15 pounds that I eventually lost again, I had gotten away from that. Keep in mind that you can still lift heavy. Just keep the intensity of the workout up with the abs in between. You can do 1 to 3 reps, 3 to 5 reps, 6 to 8 reps. That's how you get stronger. Strength training is important. All I'm asking you to do is not sit still in between your sets. Definitely heavy lift. And that is what I mean by upping the intensity of your workout. Now let's talk about cardio on this list of things that I did to lose 10 pounds in 2 weeks. I said that I went to 3 days instead of 1 when I put on the 10 pounds. In those 3 days, I did 45 minutes of boxing on the heavy bag. I ran on the treadmill for about 45 minutes. I ran outside for 45 minutes. On the second week, I did 45 minutes on the heavy bag. I did 45 minutes on the treadmill, and I did 45 minutes of jump rope with abs in between. And as far as the rest of the stuff on my list goes, the green tea, 3 cups a day, the steam room, if you have access to one, 5 times in a 2-week period, and the hot yoga, it's self-explanatory. Just go do it. So just so we know we got all this right, to lose 10 pounds in 2 weeks, you want to download the MyFitnessPal app. You want to lock in your macros. You want to set a calorie count goal that you can maintain. You want to start the intermittent fast. You want to up the intensity of your workout. You want to do cardio 3 times a week. You want to have 3 cups of green tea. You want to hit the steam room 5 times, and you want to do hot yoga. For the lifestyle suggestion portion of Tic Talk Kato, I want to make one of these things on my list most important. If you want to lose weight, you count your calories. You set a calorie count goal and you stay under it. Period. Thanks for your time. See you on the next episode of Tic Talk Kato.